Yo, what's up, Dan? How you doing? Um, Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, Yara? You ready for your one tomorrow? All right. Hi, Hazia. How you doing? What's up, Sebastian? um, Quinn. Man, so am I. But like to be honest with you, I went skating yesterday. I went skating to the one of those local skate park because not all of the skate parks are open. So what's up, guys? What's up? Oh, Queen is already here. Yara's in the house. Chaz is here. Man, that's great. That's great. Let's wait for more other people. Just to let you know, on Thursday we are going to have Abdil Kolberg. Tomorrow we are going to have at 6, so around this time, Yara from Prague, and at 10 in the evening, Angie Walton. 10 in the evening, Italy time. So 9 in the evening, UK time, and I have to check for the US times. But I do really believe that it might be like 12 p.m. like LA time, and 3 p.m. New York, but I'm not really sure. And then pretty big news. We still need to figure it out. Like on Sunday, we are going to have Arlo Eisenberg. So I'm super hyped on that one. we need to schedule it, but yeah. And on Saturday, another double trouble. We are going to have Carter LeBlanc and Jeff Howard. So yeah, that's one. This week is gonna be quite busy. So just because Queenie is already here, he's playing in chat with Queenie. Oh man. Yo,
Hello.
what's up,
What's
Bombers?
up?
How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay, cool. I wasn't
Yes.
sure if I should mic up or what, but yeah.
No, sometimes randomly when you pop up those live stream, like for some reason the audio drop down quickly in a second, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, totally.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed it straight away with this one, but yeah. Cool.
So, how's life? Everything's fine?
Yeah, things are good, man. All good.
Great. What is going
Yeah.
on? Right now, you're not living in Copenhagen anymore, don't you?
Yeah, we just moved to Aarhus just now, like the next city, the next closest big city
Ah,
to Copenhagen,
okay,
which is
okay.
kind of on the mainland. Yeah.
And like,
But yeah.
what is going on? Like, what is the current situation about all of this coronavirus thing around there?
Well, yeah, right now actually it's looking up for Denmark. We weren't as fast as Italy to act, but we closed down, I guess, relatively quickly. So it seems that they kind of acted immediately. In the terms of like numbers and stuff, like it hasn't actually been as dramatic to compared to other countries. Like
Hmm.
compared to back home, I'm hearing about my dad and my sister and stuff, and they don't really know what's happening yet. But for me, I'm just working from home just now,
Hmm.
and we start back next week.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, the
So like,
schools the schools are open here now. They're back.
really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because like when I've talked with Dominic like a month and a half ago, there were like still people in the streets. Of course, like the situation was like still unclear, but like they weren't like the same situation as Spain or Italy. So yeah, you guys have been like even like in Sweden, like the people that up there, they were like kind of cool and like the situation wasn't as bad as it was here in Italy, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you guys got hit pretty hard. I guess it was like the
Yeah.
first one to kind of act on everything, right? I mean, in
Mm.
Europe, right? In Spain and
Yeah, like
yeah,
we like for some time we were like the country with the highest number of infected and
yeah,
dead people right after China. But then like US with all of the New York situation and how people are unfortunately like acting down there, like increase their numbers and like they reach us like pretty quickly. So yeah,
wow, okay.
pretty
You
pretty
guys are just
crazy.
so friendly, you Italians. We're all so friendly, hanging out together all the time, and
Like hugging and like
we don't talk to each other here. You know, we don't even hang out, so that's fine for us.
so
Yeah.
you said like you're working from home. Which is your job right now?
So yeah, I'm working for Skate Pro full time now. That's why I'm in this city just now. But yeah, working in the office, which is like 10 minutes from here.
Okay, because like the main
Yeah.
the main office of Skate Pro are in that city, right?
Yeah, yeah, like just on the outskirts of the city, in a little place called Hennerup. Yeah.
And it's like the city where that like super good indoor skate park within like all of those rails, and there's like white ramps with the funk pit and everything, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You would have seen some clips before,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
guessing. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Yeah, it's nice. That's like, so that's right beside the building.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Is
So
it
that's
that
cool. So
close?
yeah, so there's been a couple of lunch breaks, like nice little jump in, quick session and back. Yeah,
Awesome,
yeah.
awesome. And like, how's business so far? Because like I've done one of these blading chats with Erika Zanetti. She's like sales and marketing of Rollerblade Italy and Rollerblade Europe. And she told me, and like also Marco Valera from Roses, they told me, and the guys from Marco Guillem and everything, like they told me like crazily, like the sales of skates in general are like doing so well. Is that true?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, same. We've noticed the exact same. Yeah, skates are exploding.
Awesome.
Especially like the kind of free skate area, for sure. Like one day to the next, it just exploded. And
Really?
but I mean, it's the same. Just everything got well crazy busy because like mainly their e-commerce like shop mainly online. They have the two stores, but yeah, I mean, one day to the other, we had to change everything. Like we were all working from home, and then all of a sudden we had to like bring in more staff for the warehouse and stuff because it just yeah, it's shop.
Crazy.
But yeah, like overall with skating, it's very positive right now. And we kind of like we were just talking about this previously, saying how you know it's been like 30 years since like the blading boom, and we were joking saying it's going to be 30 years before the next one, but it's like from one day to the other, like boom, like
There you go. That's
there's
it.
blading. Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, but
It's
that's I mean it's obviously like it's super positive, you know, it's amazing, but it's also we didn't see it coming, so. It's a lot. I mean, I'm not there, but I know that people they're running around like crazy trying to catch up with everything. And like the customer connections team, you know, they've had to bring in more people, and a lot of employees are also kind of like volunteering in that section to try and keep up with like yeah, because obviously there's always issues and with yeah whatever. Some
Mhm.
people want to return stuff wrong size of skates, for example. They want to send them back. No one
Damn.
can answer calls because everyone's on a phone at the same time. Like yeah.
It's crazy. It's good. And I hope that like all of this situation will stand right after all this corona emergency will done and so on. So it will be great to see the curve still growing right after the corona
Yeah,
emergency will be done and like
so
right.
that's the next step, right? So we need to then like be conscious of how do you keep these people inspired and keep them going, you know?
True.
Don't let it
Just
die out, but yeah.
just like I was saying the other day about the gyms and stuff like that, they should somehow let the open the Chaz gym, but the rest of the gyms they gotta close so everybody can go outside skating beside the people like practicing at Chaz gyms. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I saw like yeah, Chaz was talking about like the online gym thing he had going on and stuff, right? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Like I bet like it should be pretty tough for Chaz and for all the community. Nicola Fiorenza, he runs like two CrossFit gyms in Ancona where he lives, and like for him it's pain in the ass. And he's also
Yeah.
complained, and in my opinion, he's kind of right because right now in Italy you're able to go into the tube to take the buses and everything, but like gyms they have to be closed, which honestly it's almost the same thing as like the tube or whatever. I mean, of course, they need to practice their CrossFit thing maybe with the mask or something. But I mean, at least let them open and let them do their thing, of course, with the social distancing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's
No, for sure, man. Like I mean, obviously I mean right now I've been during this period we've been busy, you know, and just getting on with it, but there's other of course there's many people struggling and it's heartbreaking, you know, when you hear about
mm,
yeah, other companies not doing well and of course, yeah.
yeah, and
But yeah, big, huge changes. It's crazy, of course.
yeah, true. And but like with that being said about Skate Pro, like if I type everything, like if I type razor skates, rollerblade skates, whatever,
the very first thing that comes out, it's Skate Pro. It seems like for like in 3 years, like you guys have like grow as big as possible, right?
Wow. I mean, I didn't know how solid it was in Italy, but yeah, that's interesting. I mean, there's like there is like a whole department that are focused on like web stuff and everything. Like we're just in our own little marketing bubble, you know, and we're just doing our thing. So it's like for me, I'm just, you know, I'm watching Blade videos all day pretty much and everything else. But yeah, yeah, I know they're super like focused. There's the people that are there, like the teams and stuff, are just so on point with what they do. They just, yeah.
No,
So
it's
they
crazy
are like,
because I tell you this, like there's a local skate park where we used to go skate most of the time, and like it's like in a park and everything, and like most of the weekends I see like kids after kids like coming with skates, new skates and stuff like that, and I talk to their parents because every now and then I make skate lessons, and they say, "Oh yeah, I found this skate shop. I don't know if you ever heard about it. It's called Skate Pro." And they're like, it happens to me like 3 4 times, like yeah, like pretty consistent, and it's pretty remarkable, that thing.
wow. Yeah, we yeah, wow. Good,
That's
nice to
crazy.
hear, I guess. But
And then, so with that being said, like you're originally from Glasgow, don't you?
yeah, so I mean, originally from a really small village. It was called Chapelton,
Hmm.
which was close to East Kilbride, I guess, was the closest city, and then next after that was Glasgow. But yeah, the city that anyone would know of would be Glasgow, I guess. But yeah, I spent a lot of time in Glasgow. That was for sure. I mean, I've been skating forever, and we were skating in the village and stuff. But when I actually like got the first time skating in Glasgow, you found the scene and found that it was a real thing. You know, all of a sudden.
And like you spend also a lot of time skating at Unit 23, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, before that, like way before that, we skated street the whole time in Glasgow for many years. Like Unit 23 was like birthdays. I get to go to Unit 23. You know, it was like
Really?
it was so far away that yeah, it was a day out to get there and stuff for me. It was quite far, and so yeah, to yeah, spent after many years, like managed to spend a lot more time there eventually, to the point
And
of actually like staying there. But yeah.
and and like when you were younger, like in my opinion, you seems to be like pretty close with Chaz. I mean, like you guys, like he really, it seems like he really influenced the way of your skating and all that. Was it?
Massively, yeah, yeah, like 100%. Yeah, like I like to think actually in some way like Chaz took me under his wing, you know. It kind of, yeah. I mean, for me, like at the time, it was huge because I was just like a little kid skating the street. I didn't know what was going on, and of course, when someone like a guy like Chaz reaches out, and like Chaz was the one that got me on razors for a start. Like he put me through for that, and so yeah, that's like a that was awesome to like to get to spend that amount of time with someone at that level, and yeah, and also kind of look out for you and like show you the ropes. That's pretty awesome at the time.
Damn, I bet, I bet. I wish I
Yeah,
was like I had someone like this here in Italy, but I have shit.
but you're the guy. You're the
Exactly,
leader of Italy,
exactly.
right?
Right
So
now I am, and so like with that being said, like in 2015 your pro model came out, right?
I think so. Was it? Yeah.
Kind of. I can't remember. Like it
Time
was like
flies.
exactly, exactly. And how like did you ended up making having like a pro model? I mean, like, are you were you like designing it, or like Razors propose you, hey, we have this design. Did you like it? What are you going to change, or how was the whole process?
I kind of I remember it going on for a couple of years. Like from the very first moment, the first mention of it was after a laced contest, and it was I got forwarded in an email of the organizer of Lace, which was Matthew Dearden, and he like kind of mentioned it to Andy that like he was talking about the competition, and then out of nowhere it kind of mentioned about that, like about the about me having a pro skate. It came out of nowhere. I was like, okay, and then straight away, like the next day, Andy was like, oh, do you want to send me some designs? It came like super fast, but then I sent some shoes. I remember, and at that time, Chris, who's a good friend of mine, he's a BMXer. If you know Chris Kyle,
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
people would. He was sponsored by Nike at the time, and I used to get shoes from him. All like we used to get free shoes, which was like amazing. And we had the Janowski shoe, so it was like white and black, like the kind of white trim. So I took there was an image of that and an image of a Vans shoe that I wore at the time also, and I literally just sent that to Andy, and then I didn't hear anything for a long period, and then yeah, maybe even like a year or year and a half, and then yeah, all of a sudden there was like a couple of designs like very similar, and yeah, pretty much like the crazy thing is I actually drew it on a piece of paper. And then I forgot about it. And then after the skate came, like maybe a year after, I found that same piece of paper, and it was like very similar to the original
No
drawing.
way.
We were like showing people at the park, like, what the fuck? That's insane, you know? And no one saw that. I just drew it myself. I was probably too embarrassed to even show Andy because the drawing was that bad, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
But you know,
And
so it's pretty cool. Like it did come out like roughly at that time. I was like, well, I'm wearing these shoes constantly, so might as well have my skates look similar to what I'm wearing.
And like Gregory says, like one thing that I totally agree with him. He says like the best razor skate was the Scott Quinn, and like I do totally agree because yeah, like how it was, how it looked, it was pretty cool. So
Wow,
thumbs up,
that's amazing.
thumbs up to Queenie. And like going back to the sales that like Skate Pro are having, like all the stores are having right now. Where are you looking the like for the future of blading, like how are you looking, like how all those stores are going to handle all of this situation and like all of those sales?
Yes, I mean, it's a good question because we also, I mean, this is very fresh for Skate Pro all of a sudden as well. So, I mean, yeah, they need to adapt pretty quickly. There was already like, I mean, there's changes going on there anyway with the building and such. And, but I mean, at the same time, within like action sports in general, you just never really know, you know, like things turn so quickly. And like, I guess, I mean, everyone's kind of on their own train right now with, in their own minds, but say within the departments of like, okay, so what's the next chapter? Like you've got the guys that are probably in like sales and purchasing, like starting to form a strategy maybe of, okay, what's going to happen after this and how do we keep it afloat? And our world, we're in a marketing world. It's like, how do you inspire the next kid? You know, like how do you kind of keep it afloat? And so I guess, I mean, for us, it'll be all about like trying to keep the people inspired. Like in the marketing world, yeah.
And like so, with that being said, like, 'cause I remember like for some time you were like teaching skating, don't you?
Yeah, I did that for many years. Oh, sorry.
There was a call. No, it's my bad. It's my bad.
No worries.
Calling. And no, you were saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that all started at Unit 23. And
Okay.
the owner there just gave us like an opportunity. He basically said at the weekends in the morning before the park opens, it's yours to teach. So it was kind of like everyone had their own little, like there was like scooter guy, BMXer or skateboarder, and we had like our own little Facebook pages and stuff, and trying to, yeah, because that was like the first, I guess, like the first income from skating in any way.
Wow, great.
Which just managed to keep us afloat. But yeah.
And there were like many kids at the blading classes at the Unit 23.
Yeah, I mean that was a crazy one because it went from maybe like 1 or 2 kids a day, if lucky. Sometimes it'd have 5, to then all of a sudden at one point it became to like 30 kids.
No way.
And we were doing like birthday parties and you name it, and yeah, it was crazy.
Wow. And like, how did you guys like handle the whole situation between like I see you and Chaz are pretty good friend of Chris Kyle, but like within the other like scooter riders, skateboarders, like and bikers, like how was the situation between you guys? Like you guys were okay?
Yeah, of course. Like I mean, we all lived together.
Wow.
It was the best. It was the absolute best, and we kind of like I mean, especially for me, like I got super motivated off the BMX riders, like watching their lines and stuff. Like that was amazing, and we kind of like Chris Kyle. He used to blade as well, actually, back in the day.
No way.
When we were like skating, if we were like just sessioning like a corner or like a pocket of a bowl, he would join in, you know, and ride it with us, like things like that. I remember that very clearly. Him doing like over pegs, you know, when they're kind of like super leaned in, like over pegs, like that. Yeah, I can't even imagine doing that on a bike, but like I remember all those little details of it, like yeah, those learning processes and stuff. Like was all this sessioning with bladers. But and we had there was a few skateboarders. It was like 3 good skateboarders living there with us as well. And like still to this day, like I mean, I'll go home and they're all like we're all best friends, man. Definitely.
Still family, man. That's amazing. That's
Yeah,
remarkable, man.
definitely. I really like, of course, being here. Like, miss those guys. Actually, Chris is supposed to have a wedding this summer. Fingers
Oh,
crossed.
great.
I mean, I haven't actually heard any news, but yeah, the plan was that I'm supposed to go there for Chris's wedding, so that's gonna be amazing to see everyone from that park again for sure.
Yeah, it will be great. It will be great.
Hmm.
And then, and so like with that being said, like what is going on right now in Denmark? Like how's the scene? Because like I went there for the Blade Days last year and it was my very first time in Copenhagen, and I found it like amazing. Like it is like Denmark is an amazing country and Copenhagen is an amazing city. How's the skate scene in Copenhagen?
I mean, the skate scene for me is my favorite scene ever. Um, I mean, I've had like say amazing times at unit and everything with all the riders and such, but when you come to Copenhagen, it's like like the biggest, one of the biggest like just blade scenes I've ever seen, and the standard, like the level of skating is incredible. Like I mean, for me, like Copenhagen is still home for sure. But yeah, like when I was there, you could literally just like put a Facebook, you know, right in the message group, like anyone blading tonight, like no matter what day, week, time, someone's going to be skating, you know. So just that was that I definitely missed that part for sure. I mean, here there's also there are skaters here, like some super lovely people here blading. Just nowhere near the same like size of scene, but yeah, you've seen it yourself. You were at Blade Days.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's definitely
it's
amazing. Like
strong place. Yeah.
probably like I've been like I was lucky because there was like I've been there with my wife for like 4 or 5 days, and they were like all super like sunny with 30 degrees, and it was like probably in the best shape, Copenhagen in the best shape we have seen. But it was like a wonderful place, and I do really fell in love of it, and I need to come
Yeah.
back there soon.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Hopefully this
like
summer, if we're
yeah,
allowed.
definitely. Yeah, I really hope. And
Yeah.
with that being said, like in Copenhagen, you have worked with like, and you're still working, I guess, with the two of the most influential, like talented filmmaker we do have in the industry, which are like Jonas Janssen and David Sizemore. How did you find like yourself skating and filming with them?
Yeah, it's like another level, of course. Yeah, I'm not sure if it can possibly get much better than that when you've got like David or Jonas pointing a camera at you. You know, that's fantastic. Like they're so professional, man. It's like, I mean, of course, though, like Chaz as well, because Chaz was filming a lot back then. But yeah, like in Copenhagen, it's with Jonas, it's a very unique actually experience when you film a clip with Jonas, because he's just so like he just knows exactly what he's doing. Like he's just so on point. So it's like it kind of like yeah puts you in line when you're like trying to do a clip. You know, trying to get a clip. It's like yeah, and he puts so much effort into it. And David, of course, has got that kind of he's got a very different style, but also like just super on point. And so amazing to work with. Like when you know that it kind of doesn't matter what you try, or if you're you know you don't need to like make sure people are ready and stuff. It's just kind of like they're gonna catch the clip. You know, they're probably gonna get it better than you can ever imagine. And they're also maybe got their own little war going on in their head with like how they want it filmed. You know, like sometimes if we redo a trick, it's because they're not happy with how they filmed it or something. When of course, to my eyes, I'm like, you laced it. You know, there's no way I could film it any better. But I love yeah, I love it when I go back there, and I like recently the last time I was back, I managed to get a clip with David like quickly. Just one day, just yeah, went out a little, go out in the bikes, a little cycle, find the spot, and then yeah, it's amazing.
Great.
It's amazing.
And like, what about Mexico? Like you were in Mexico, don't you, with the Cayenne crew?
Yeah.
And like, I've done one of these blading chats with Karsten like earlier, like in March. Like it was like the very first week of this thing, and like he told me that, like he was going to edit it, but he told me that, like there was like a lot of crazy things, and like even if like sometimes the spots were kind of rough or like they were like hard to find and all that, like. But like, how did you find that travel, the journey? How was it? Like, there was any behind the scenes story, pretty funny?
Yeah, I mean, like overall, Mexico was incredible. Like, I want to go back for sure. I had like it was a really short trip for me. I was only there for about a week. The guys were there for a month. I was working. I was on a ski trip. We're filming like yeah, new like ski products coming in for Skate Pro. So I went from there directly, and I came back to Copenhagen for one night. Saw the girls, and then yeah, boosted again to Mexico. So it was like I was in. I wouldn't have said I was in like the best space in my head at the time. It was like so much going on. I had to work the whole time. So yeah, like skate wise, it was like all of a sudden, some of the spots were quite challenging, and yeah, I guess there was many actually factors of this one. At the same time, like when I arrived, right? So I came late, and everyone was talking about like, yeah, it's been a challenge. They're like kind of like, you know, this one was tough. But then I watched back on the footage. I was like, what the like incredible. Like at next, like honestly, it was like every clip I saw was just super impressive and you know, amazing. Like you've got awesome videographers and amazing skaters. Like it's, yeah, they're not gonna fault, you know. Like maybe of course sometimes it can feel tiring or whatever, but so when I arrived, it was very much kind of feeling like that. But yeah, of course it didn't stop anything. I would definitely have just loved to have been there longer. It's kind of like I'm in that mindset now that if I'm able to do that again, I would need to do the full length somehow. You know, you need to like throw yourself into, if you're going to be a part of a project like that, you need to really just embrace it and be like 100% like
on it. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. And just because you mentioned the girls, like how do you handle like the whole situation? You're like a full-time job, having a family, skating, filming. How like are you able to combine all the things together?
I'm not able to. I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking. Yeah, it can be challenging, of course. I mean, at the same time, like number one is the absolute best thing in the world. Like, yeah, to have a family, it's incredible. But I mean, right now I've been trying to skate like at least like twice a week if I can, maybe 3 times if lucky, you know, depending. I mean, at the same time, like Carolina has skates also, so we go like little cruises with the pram and stuff, and we've got like the little running pram, you know, with the brake. That's awesome for Carolina. When we go down hills now, it's no worries. We're able to stop, you know. But like with the guys here, I'll try and like in the evenings, try and get a little session, even if it's just for an hour or two or something. But yeah, I'm kind of like itching right now to kind of like do something, to get something going again, like another project or just something. Now that the sunshine's back, and yeah, it's kind of like, okay, like what's next, you know? I'm going back to Copenhagen at the weekend, so like looking forward to like meet up with the guys again and hopefully, get something going. Because as you know, like David's been filming quite a lot right now as well, which is amazing.
Definitely.
But yeah, this overall, like to kind of sum up the question, yes, it's a challenge. It's of course doable. You just need to kind of be a bit more structured, and not always being the best at structuring, I guess. When it's in like I mean, with what I'm doing with work, like sometimes it can spill over hours as well. So it's kind of, you just kind of just roll with the punches, I guess, and appreciate the times when you have it, and
definitely,
and just get on with it.
And what about your Danish? Like when you're working at Skatepro, you speaking with the people in English or in Danish? Or
English,
both?
yeah. It's I mean, you've got people working there from everywhere, like worldwide, I guess, and so yeah, it's all English. Like even in the meetings and stuff, everything's
really
English. Yeah. Like so for me, that makes it harder to learn the language. I'm trying, you know.
It must be tough, right?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, everyone here speaks perfect English. So of course, when I go to a shop or something and ask a question, then sometimes they're like, "What?" You know, like so I'm like so off with it. Or if they hear I make a mistake, they just speak English to me to make it easier, just to get the process done and get me out of there, probably. But yeah, no, it's, I mean, I can understand a lot more than I can speak, for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, but I mean, I'm picking up little things, and probably like with Rosa as well, I'm learning a lot actually from learning baby talk the whole way helps.
Awesome.
You know?
Awesome. So Quinny, with that being said, like do you have any future project on the way besides like going this weekend to Copenhagen, or like something
like nothing solid, I'd say. Like there's always, it seems like within this world, like within our little community, there's just always like ideas flowing around, and like you know, maybe this summer we do something or blah blah, you know. But there's not been anything
Scheduled.
nothing concrete yet that I can speak of. Nah, really, there's not much. I mean, fingers crossed down the line there would be another Cayenne project. Who knows?
Wow.
You know, like that's like, for me, that's like the pinnacle. It's like, yeah, if there's something that in the progress or in the works of, yeah. But let's wait for that one to come out first. I can't wait.
Yeah,
to see
exactly,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
I cannot really wait actually,
Yeah.
because I'm so excited. So like I was talking with Dominic the other day, and he told me that the picture are pretty cool. So I cannot really wait to get the whole thing together and to buy it as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm excited as you are. I wasn't there either, you know. So I mean, it's like for me, I'm getting to watch it as a. I was only there for a week, so a lot of it's new for me as well. But no,
Oh,
yeah, it's gonna be great. Like those guys are just amazing. Carson and Benny, they're fantastic at what they do. It's so good.
yeah, even them, like they both are like also them two of the most influential like videographer that we do have in our scene. So thumbs
Yeah.
up as well to them.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So many talented people we're naming off right now.
Exactly,
But yeah.
exactly. So even Gregory, who's watching it right now with his Too Easy stuff and everything,
Oh yeah, yeah.
man,
Oh
and
man,
like
we
John
miss
Lee,
Greg for sure. Big time. Another amazing videographer for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
He's-
John Lee as
yeah.
well, who's going to be here in a half an hour. So man, everybody's in here.
Yeah, it's, oh my God. I've never had the pleasure of filming with John Lee, but I've always, yeah.
Man,
I don't know if you ever saw like Egg, it was called.
no,
London video Egg. That was a great one.
really.
But there's
Where-
so many like from back in the day. I just, yeah, loved
I
all
haven't.
John Lee stuff. Yeah.
Damn, I should like somewhere like yeah, I will ask him later on about like all of his old stuff because I do really would like to see all of his old stuff.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, I can't remember if it was him that sold me it or one, like it was at Slam Jam, like way back, and someone just sold me it like out a backpack, you know, like selling DVDs. And that's how it used to be, like everyone's selling DVDs and stuff. And yeah, I picked that one up randomly, and it was, yeah, turned out to be London Video Egg.
No way.
It was great.
I need to ask him later on. So Quinny, with that being said, yeah, I would like to thank you for your time, and I'm looking forward to come up there to see once again Copenhagen, to skate with you, Dominic and David and all the crew, and I wish you like a good evening, and I'm hoping to see you soon. All right?
Thank you, man. Likewise, you're more than welcome here anytime. Please,
Hey,
please come back. And this has been great, man. Like keep these going. This is fantastic. It's
thank you so
fun.
much. Thank you
Nice.
so
Thanks
much.
for having me.
No, thank you so much too.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
See ya. Thank you.
Cheers.